Somehow my video is not working. You can go ahead, Sudhir.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good
Good
morning. Good
morning.
evening.
It's nice. Welcome to another meeting of Sattvic Toastmasters Club for Healthy Living. I, Toastmaster Sudhir, am the Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. Let me go through the mission of our club. The mission of a Toastmaster Club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Let me give a medical disclaimer for our meeting. The content, video, description, links, and comments cannot and does not contain medical or health advice. The medical or health information is provided for general information and educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice. Accordingly, before taking any actions based upon such information, we encourage to consult with the appropriate professionals. We do not provide any kind of medical or health advice. The use or reliance of any information contained in this content is solely at your own risk. In order to have a smooth meeting, here are some ground rules. Speakers are requested to refrain from making any references to politics, sex, or religion in their speeches. Please put yourself on mute when not speaking. Do not interrupt while someone is speaking. Be attentive throughout the meeting. Now I invite our President, Toastmaster Vrunda, to give her opening address. Let's have another great meeting.
Thank you, SAA Sudhir. That was wonderful. Welcome, all fellow Toastmasters, guests. It's my privilege to welcome you all to this edition of our Sattvic Toastmasters for Healthy Living meeting. Toastmasters is a club, especially Sattvic, where our focus is to create great communicators and also enhance healthy living. That's the reason our vision statement is cultivating effective communicators and inspiring healthy living. I look forward to another great meeting today, which is all about sharpening your impromptu speaking skills. We have a great lineup of activities, and to share all the details, we have a wonderful young Toastmaster Arav, who's the Toastmaster of the day today, who's going to walk us through the events for today. With that said, let me hand over to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Arav. Over to you, Arav.
Thank you, Vrunda, and also thank you for the challenge given by you last week. I accept your challenge and I am the Toastmaster of the day this meeting. So, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone, fellow Toastmasters, esteemed guests, and also distinguished members. I'm honored to serve you as Toastmasters of the day for this special meeting with the theme Break the Ice with Style, Mastering Table Topics. As we gathered here today, I am reminded of the importance of the effective communication in every aspect of our lives, whether it's in a professional setting, social gathering, or even a spontaneous encounter. The ability to speak impromptu with confidence is a valuable skill. Today, we embark on an interactive journey to enhance our impromptu speaking skills, empowering each participant to communicate effectively in every situation. Oh, how can we forget? It's as we approach Valentine's Day, the theme of connection is prevalent in the air. Of course, not for our people like me, single, this Valentine too. No issues. Therefore, let's embrace the spirit of connection by inviting a friend or colleague to join us on this insightful journey. Together, we can experience the thrill of speaking off the cuff and breaking the ice with style. Our agenda is filled with engaging activities and speeches designed to challenge and uplift our impromptu speaking abilities. We have seasoned Toastmasters who will share their expertise, and we'll have also opportunity to everyone who participate in the table topics where quick thinking and creativity will shine. Before we dive into the heart of our meeting, I encourage each one of you to approach today's session with an open mind and a willingness to step out of your comfort zone. Remember, the growth happens outside of our comfort zone, and today's meeting is a perfect opportunity for personal and professional development. As we proceed with the meeting, let's appreciate the diversity of thoughts and perspective of each participant that brings to the table. I'm confident that by the end of our session, we will not only have we will not only have broken the ice with style, but also created lasting connections and memories. Without further ado, let the meeting begin. Thank you, and for by the agenda, I would say we have role players for today, which is timer, R counter, grammarian, and table topic evaluator. Let me first start by the introduction of these role players. So let me call upon timer for today, TM Sudhir, for a little introduction of his own. TM Sudhir.
Yeah, thank you, TMRF. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As a timer, I will time the table topic speakers for today's session. I'll also alert each speaker of the time if they have left using the green, yellow, and red cards while denote specific times remaining. So for the table topics, at 1 minute, I'll raise the green card. At 1 minute, 30 seconds, I'll raise the yellow card. And at 2 minutes, I'll raise the red card. Thank you. And back to you, Team Budi. RF.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Sudhir. Next, I'd like to call upon our counter for today, Toastmaster J.K. Arora, for explaining his part.
You are on mute, J.K. I don't know.
Toastmaster J.K. Arora, can you hear me?
Maybe some problem. It seems. By that time you can go for a grammarian.
Okay. So for the grammarian, we have the president for the grammarian role. Toastmaster Vrunda, please explain your thought.
Hello, everyone. Again, it's my pleasure to be the grammarian for today. As a grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers of and carefully listening to your use of the English language. I'll take note of any improper language usage as well as any good and outstanding word usage, quotes, sayings, thoughts, idioms, whatever I feel is a great usage and something that we could reuse in our day-to-day lives. It is also my duty to introduce the word of the day. The word of the day today that I have chosen is ineffable. I will put it in the chat as well. The definition of ineffable is too great or extreme to be expressed or described in words. A lot of times we tend to use the word, oh, it was really great. It was too good. It was really good. How about using ineffable? Let me give you an example. The beauty of the newborn baby's smile was ineffable, bringing joy to everyone in the room. I also picked an idiom of the day, and the idiom of the day is burn the midnight oil, uh, which means to work into late night or early morning hours. And I'm going to quote an example. The dedicated students had to burn the midnight oil to prepare for their upcoming exams. And let me give you another example of the usage. You don't have to burn the midnight oil to use the idiom of the day or the word of the day. They are quite simple in my perspective. Whenever you see someone using the word of the day or the idiom of the day, please use the emoticons, the reaction buttons, and cheer the speakers who are using them, or you can also clap for them using those emoticons. With that said, let me hand it over back to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Arav. I'll give my report towards the end of the meeting. Over to you, Arav.
Thank you, President, also the grammarian for today, for such an. Okay, what was the word of the day? I mean, please type, please type it in the chat. Okay, I lost the word of the day. Okay, never mind.
Ineffable.
Ineffable. Such an ineffable introduction for you, for the grammarian role, and also as a student, it's a regular job to burn the midnight oil to complete my assignments and tasks and prepare for the exams, of course, at the last moment. So that's great. Okay. Next, uh, JK Arora, are you there? Am I audible? Okay, no issues. Uh, in this meeting, we have a new role only for this meeting. Okay. Uh, that is table topic evaluator. So to explain that role, I would like to call upon DTM Noor Muhammad to explain his part.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Fellow Toastmasters, good morning to you all. So after burning my midnight oil, here I am to play the role of the table topics evaluator. So what I would be doing is, DTM Leesa will be conducting a session on table topics, and she'll be giving you topics. So people will come up on stage and they will talk about an impromptu topic, right? Then what I would do is I would listen to you carefully and I will tell you in my report, in the evaluation session.
Thank you, DTM Noor. Okay, now let me move further. Why waiting for this educational session on table topics? For today's educational session or the keynote speech, we have a wonderful DTM Leesa. Let me tell you a little about DTM Leesa. DTM Leesa earned a BA in psychology and a BS in speech and hearing sciences with honors from Boston University. She also holds an MA in speech pathology with honors from Ohio State University for more than 40 years. Leesa practiced as a speech language pathologist primarily with early intervention and preschoolers. Leesa enjoys writing and loves public speaking through Toastmasters. She is a lifelong environmental activist and participates in several political actions groups focused on cleaning up our planet. Sailing and improvisational theater are high on the list of things she likes to do. Leesa works with kidney patients, showing them the way to a living kidney transplant by making the experience empowering instead of discouraging, just as her Earth Angel did for her. Over to you, Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster Leesa, for the education session.
Thank you so much, Arav, for
Lisa, sorry to interrupt.
Chalu.
JK Arora is ready now. Maybe Aro, can you take his role and then we go for Lisa? Sorry
Okay,
for that, Lisa.
JK Arora, can you please explain your role for the R counter for today?
Yeah, good morning. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, fellow Toastmaster. I'm JK Arora. My duty is AH counter and is to listen carefully for verbal distractions such as AH, you know, and so, and other filler words of sound overused in speech and unnecessary sounds. So, I'll give you a report later. Now, over to Toastmaster of the day, Mr. RF Saxena. Toast.
Thank you, JK Arora. And now, without further ado, let's start with the keynote session. Over to you, DTM, Lisa.
Thank you so much, Arav. That was a fabulous introduction, and happy that you found that. So let's start. I'm going to share my screen, and I have a lot of different information for you. Now the question is, where did it go? So what I wanted to start with, okay, this is
I
my
guess you have to change the tab to the fourth tab. It's that, that's the table topics.
Okay, I'm going to try to get there and then we'll go back. This is what I want. I knew this was going to be a problem. All right. I picked so many of these because I wanted to show you how much information there is on impromptu speaking online. It's just overwhelming, as you can see from my screen, which is also overwhelming. All right, we'll go to this because you've got people coming in. Let's see if you can see this. Okay. So this morning, can you see my screen or should I restart? Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen.
You can see a download manual tab.
Download manual only. That's all.
Then I'm gonna start over again. stop share and share again. Okay, can you see this screen?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
we can.
so do any of you know Dr. Sam? He came this morning and did the best table topics introduction ever at Raghu's Speechcraft.
Speechcraft.
And he was phenomenal. So this is his overview. He said, what is impromptu speaking? So let's go around the room and see how much any of you know. T.M. Kumar, can you tell us what impromptu speaking is?
Sorry, I'm in the hospital bed, I only listen. I can tell you, his table topic is impromptu speaking to give you practice where you can speak on the spot without any preparation. You speak
great.
offhand on a question and continue for about 2 minutes. That's what impromptu speaking to me means.
Great, that's a really good explanation. Thank you. How about you, Ashish? Do you know anything about table topics?
Yes. So it can be anywhere when a situation arises where suddenly we get a topic to speak about. There is a famous saying of evaluator speech. Like if you get any of your office colleagues or at higher post in the, or your president in the elevator, and you just get 2 minutes to speak, how can exactly you make your mind and speak during that period is something which is impromptu. So we get chances everywhere in our life where we come up with a new condition and we have to communicate about that.
Exactly. And I think that you made some good points about the elevator speech as well. So he talked about the approach to impromptu speaking, and we're going to do that as well. And then the relevance in Toastmasters, and especially of using your elevator speech. And you mentioned me having my kidney. When I was looking for my kidney, I gave my elevator speech to everyone and anyone who would listen. And that's how I found a kidney. So, and then at the end, we'll do a Q&A. So he talked about the approach of getting ready and being prepared, prep. So it was point, reason, example, and point. So Varunda, I'd like you to answer a question, and I'd like you to try to use that circular methodology of, I'm going to give you the question, and I'd like you to try to make a point, give a reason for the point, give a personal example, and then give the point again. So the question is, what is love?
To me, love is something, it's an unconditional feeling, it's an emotion. Unconditional love is what matters. The love could be with a beloved person, it could be with a mother and child, it could be with seeing a lovely scenery, it could be anything. The reason I'm saying it is an unconditional love, it's an emotion, is because that's the natural feeling. You're not acting to make this feeling. It comes up naturally. It makes you feel great, and it gives you a feeling of attachment. And that's the reason I say love is an emotion. It's an unconditional love that I believe is the right form of love. It could be with anybody, any relation.
That's really excellent. Thank you. So you did a point, you did the reason, you gave an example, and then you went back to the point. So exactly how to do it. And the more you expand, the more you'll fill your 2 minutes. So especially expanding on a story during the example so that we have a feeling for that story that will inspire us to remember the example you gave and then going back to the point. So I think that when you're going forward, and hopefully you'll get a few more turns today, you can expand on that example. Now, when you're giving a table topic answer, we're looking at the opening, and a lot of times the opening will come in the form of a question. So how do you all feel about love? Or what kinds of love have you experienced? Or can you think of some times in your life when you felt really loved, or when you felt like you loved something so much that it was ineffable? Or do you love burning the midnight oil? I don't, but I know how important it is to my life and how it allows me to love more throughout the day by being prepared by burning the midnight oil. So that's an example of an opening and perhaps somebody, and then we want the conclusion. So it's an OBC method, and it's like a miniature speech where you're asking a question, you're having a story, and then at the end there's a takeaway, something that people can think of as they're moving on. Now, he also talked about this elevator speech of having an introduction, and what he suggested in the introduction is that you introduce yourself. So while you're in the elevator and you see your boss, you can say, hey, you know me, I'm on the 5th floor, and I really enjoyed hearing your presentation the other day. And it made me think a little bit about the vision that I have. And this is what I'd like to work more on. And I was hoping that I might be able to help you by doing X, Y, and Z that fits into your presentation with my vision of helping you with it. Do you think we could set up a meeting to talk about that? And how can he say no? And then that moves you forward. So I'd like all of us to practice an elevator speech and think about how you're going to use an introduction, a vision, and a hook, so that when you're riding in that elevator with your boss or with the CEO of your company, or even someone that's an employee that you want to have take on a little bit more work, then you can use that elevator speech in order to make the connection, share your vision, and then have them want to meet with you again to discuss that. And then he talked about some take-home points that impromptu is needed in daily life. Can anyone give me an example of how we use it in our daily life? I'm having a hard time seeing hands. I only see 3 people. Oh, here I go. Seeing a few more. So, Shahid, can you give me a couple of examples of how impromptu speaking can be used in daily life?
Yeah, sure, Lisa. So I give a personal example. Like while I am a student, I used to travel from my home to the school or college. So I used to interact with the new people in the public bus. So that time they will be talking on different topics. So we don't know how to respond. So in that situations, impromptu speaking will definitely help to talk on anything. That is the one scenario I can give.
Yeah, I love that story. It reminded me of someone that was talking about meeting with a gentleman on the bus every day. And as she was meeting with him on the bus ride every day, she would practice impromptu speaking. And they developed a relationship so that she could help him to not be homeless anymore. And it was just such a moving story. So I
Yeah.
appreciate that example. Thank you.
Yeah.
And we're going to remember to use the PrEP OBC technique. Can anyone remember what PrEP stands for? Noor?
Yep. It's a point, response, and E for example, and then a point.
Great. And what's OBC?
I have no idea. Opening, body,
Anybody?
conclusion.
Oh, very good. Very
Correct.
good. Kind of like a no-brainer, right? And then using that elevator speech. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a moment, and I want everyone in here to do a 2-minute elevator. Well, actually, he said that the elevator pitch can be shorter. So if you feel comfortable doing something shorter, that's fine. And I think what would be really nice is if we paired up. So one person's going to be the person doing the elevator pitch, and the other person's going to respond. So I can start with Verunda, and then we'll take 2 more people. So Verunda, I'll be in the elevator. I can be your boss, and you're going to try to hook me.
Okay, what would be my role? Or I would just assume anything?
Yeah, introduce your role. Pick whatever you like.
Hey, Lisa, how are you doing?
I'm good.
I Great. You know, the weather is looking so awesome today, and it reminds me of this day at a meeting at the executive table last Monday. Do you remember I gave a pitch on how to do customer engagement in a better way? And I
Oh, I
spoke
love
about,
that. Slow down. I love that pitch. Give me time to respond. That was great. I didn't realize that was you.
yes, it was. You know, I'm so aligned with the vision, mission, and values of our organization. And I realized a gap where it's not translated in our social media, on our website. And that's the reason I came with that pitch. And my leader thought I'm doing great, but I'm so delighted. How did you like it? What do you think I could do better, or what's your feedback?
Yeah, so I think that we need to meet about that. Can you send me some information so that we can review the points that you made again? I was a little distracted during the meeting.
Oh, definitely. I'll make it a point to send you an invite, and I'll catch up and give you the full brief about what are my thoughts and what we could do better. Thank
Oh,
you.
that would be
And
wonderful. I
I
look
hope
forward
you
to
have a
meeting with you.
wonderful day.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
and I hope you have a great day.
Great, you too. Thank you so much. I felt like it was hard to compete with you. You were going really
Oh,
fast, and I wanted to make a comment, and I couldn't get it in. So I would encourage you just to slow down a little bit, expect that you're going to get me to say something, and then give me a chance to get it in there. So with the elevator pitch, it's a little bit more interactive, but you need to be ready so that you can
mhm.
have that interaction happen. So if we can have 2 more people, and the 2 of you can practice it together. So I'm still being spotlighted and I can't see the room. Can we go? Thank you. So Ashish and Shahid, can you practice?
Yeah, Lisa, sure.
Yep. Should I give a pitch?
However you want to do it. It's the 2 of you to work at.
Okay, let me try my hand over trying an elevator pitch. So, and I see if I am ineffable with that. Hey, hi Shahid, how are you?
Yeah. Hi, Ashish. I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm also doing great. Thank you. You're recognizing my name. That's really great.
Yeah.
I am Ashish. I work as a systems engineer and I am sitting at the 9th floor of the building. I really loved the speech what you gave last day when you were talking about company's vision and mission. I am aligned to that particular vision and mission of a company building safe and smart products. But I do think there is something which I want to mention to you if you permit. Is that
Yeah.
okay? Can I go ahead?
Yeah, sure, you can.
Yes. So I wanted to mention to you that we also need to understand our customers better. And there are certain points which I would like to connect with you and talk to you about. Can I get your time, please?
Yeah, sure, Ashish. We can talk right now. Why?
Okay,
Because customer is the king and we have to give importance to the customer and we have to more focused on the customers. Yeah,
right,
please go ahead.
right. So we need to do certain field trials of our products, and it should be done in the sense how exactly our customer utilizes the product so that we can get more insights. I don't see that happening, and I don't see that in our vision right now. We can talk more about how it happens and what is my vision to you. I'll share you across an email for that one.
Okay, that's very great, Ashish. You have proactively came and you have acknowledged my vision meeting, and you added your points. For sure, definitely we will look into your points and we can gather at some point of time and we can discuss on that and we can take those points ahead.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Shahid.
thank you, Ashish. Yeah,
Thank you, Shahid, for your ineffable speech and burning midnight oil for all of us. Thanks
yeah.
a lot.
Thanks, Ashish. That is also an ineffable effort from your side for making those things and connecting the things with the vision. And this will help our midnight oil to be reduced and we can do great things from our company. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well done, guys. That was really good. Can whoever's controlling this Zoom master please go back to general? Thank you. So we had, okay, so I'm trying to figure out who should be next. Kumar, do you want to do this or are you just happy listening? Okay, let's go to JK and Sudhir.
Hi.
And we could spotlight the two of them, please.
Hi, JK. You want me to pitch or you?
Okay. Good morning. I want to, as an elevator speech, yeah, TM Sudhir Sana. Now that so based on the vision of my program, I like to tell you more about how I can elevate your business and how I can help in your business and how I can promote your business better. So based on that, I've sent you an email and I like to have a meeting, one-to-one meeting where I can discuss more about the product and how I can elevate your work.
Okay, what was the differentiating factor? Like, what was his differentiating from the vision which I have?
Well, there are certain points which I have prepared it, and that I like to discuss more in detail.
Okay. I think I need to know what exactly differentiating from that so that we can meet or not. We can decide on that. Can you give any little bit summary on just 2 points on what differentiating factors you are thinking of?
It's the promotion of your product is should be proper. We should, so that it will go to the customer mind properly in social media and other communications.
Any idea? Like, do you have any ideas for that?
Well, the concept is a little bit deviation from the concept which you are promoting in your social media. So that I have to, I think I can discuss it more in details later.
Okay, sure. We'll sure have a meetup in the regular timings.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
I think you guys came to a good resolution. That was a hard conversation. So I think you worked it out. A lot of times, if you don't have the answer, like I didn't have the answer for Verunda earlier, it's really good to just say, can you send me some information on that? And can we pick a time where we can discuss it further? And, and then get out of the elevator. So you guys might have been in the basement by the time that the elevator came down, and, it was hard to get out because you got a little stuck. So I think it was a good attempt. Hi, Kanika. Are you a new person with us?
Hello, morning, afternoon, evening to everyone. No, I'm not new. I'm like a guest because like I haven't joined as a member because I usually I don't get time to join, but somehow I manage and I'm very late. I apologize for that.
That's okay. So what we're doing right now is we're having people team up in pairs of two and practice elevator pitches. So one person's like the boss and the other person's the employee, and the employee's trying to rise to the occasion of getting extra time with the boss to be able to promote their idea. So that's what we're doing. And we can have one more pair and then I think we'll move on. So are there two other people that would like to have a turn?
May I please?
You would like to have a turn? Okay. And who
Yeah.
wants to go with Kunika?
I can
Prateek?
see Prateek.
Pratish
Yeah.
wants to go.
Yeah, I can go for it. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, so shall I?
I have a question actually.
Okay.
Like what do we have to do actually so that I can plan? I just want to know that.
Like you are meeting someone in an elevator, you are having very less time, and you have to put your point forward so that you can align with the vision what he is having. He might be your senior, or he might be your CEO, or he might be your principal of college, and you are getting very just 1 or 2 minutes so that you have to pitch with that person so that you can mark a point and you can arrange you can have a slot for a meeting, something like that. Yeah.
Prateek, would you like to be the person pitching and let Kanika be the boss?
Yeah. So you are saying I should pitch, right?
Yeah, and introduce yourself and then pitch and then have a hook where she's going to agree to meet with you.
Yeah, okay. So hello Kanika ma'am. I am Prateek Agarwal. I am just in the same floor where your cabin is. Your cabin is just in the corner, and I am sitting in the center of this this room, and I am working here in this company from last 10 years, and I have seen you speaking on various points for the growth of the company, and I'm very much aligned. I know you are working on the cost factors. I know you are working on the sales also, but I would like to say that there are few points which are missing on the system side, and I am a system person, so I can really add value. So I would like to have your time slot so that I can give my points and work towards the growth of the company. So
I
would like to-
admire your, yeah. I admire your opinion, Prateek, and I'm fortunate to listen you today. But yeah, we have very less time, so can we contact through mails or sort of online platforms regarding this, and we can have an in-person meet for that. I hope
Yes,
it
ma'am.
matters.
Yes, ma'am. That will be great. I will definitely give you a systematic mail so that you can get it in a summarized way what I want to say, and that definitely it will align. Thanks for giving me a time slot. I will just send a mail and then you can respond on that. Yeah.
For sure, Pratik. We'll meet you soon. Bye bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Good job, guys. That was great. Thank you. Okay, so let's move on to another. Let's see where we are. Okay, I want to show you a few different styles of questions. So this is the wheel. Can you see this? Yes?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so the last time that we did this, we used the wheel, and there's 10 questions on the wheel, but I wanted to show you some other ways that we can do this. So another way of using the same questions is as random cards. So you can flip through those cards and have the questions that way. Or you can use opening the box. And you can pick the number for your contestant or your participant, or you could have them pick the number. One of the things that we find is that the less time that it takes, the more time there is for people to answer questions. So if you're just calling on somebody and saying, I'm going to pick number 3 for you, here's the question, and then you read the question to them, then let them answer the question, then we can move on to the next person. So if you say to them, okay, so number 3's been used, and now can you pick between 2 and 4? It just takes up a lot of time. So it's much better to say, I'm going to pick number 2 for you. Right? And then you can leave that open, and then the next person comes up, and I'm going to pick number 1 for you. And then number 1 opens, and we have number 1. So that's another way, right? The more you can just move it along, the better. Then there's an anagram. I think this may be really fun for some people, but I think that it may be really hard for a second language learner. So does anybody know what that first word is? Just shout it out.
How?
Who?
Very good. Who's doing that? Noor, Shahid? Keep
I
going.
sorry, Lisa.
So you were you doing it, Shahid, or Ashish was doing it? I couldn't tell. Who had said who would?
Okay, who? I was saying who would
Right,
you
right. Good.
you define
I
love
don't
Love
need to open.
in
in
your
your now
now
words.
words. How? Okay,
Well,
how would you
yeah, this
define?
one's not now, even
Yeah,
though it looks like now.
One.
Own. That's own.
own.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
So exactly. So how would you define love in your own words? And
Woohoo.
right, so those are different ways of doing it. There's also flashcards. Right? And these are just a lot of different ways of doing the same thing. So it keeps going on. And what this is called is word wheel. And I actually got the questions by just putting a single question into ChatGPT. And I said, give me 10 questions on love for table topics. And
Oh,
it generated it. And then I just copied each one and pasted it in. And in no time, you have a table topic, and depending upon which kind of a template you want to use, you can pick whatever you want. So it's another nice way of doing it. And all right, so I'm trying to get out of this screen. And right, so if we close the word wall, screen sharing has stopped because the window closed. So we've got more people coming in all the time. And I'm not sure how we're doing on time, guys. Can the timer tell me how we are doing on the 30 minutes?
$30 for the session.
How are we doing on the 30-minute presentation? We're
As
probably
per the
Okay,
agenda,
that
as
would,
per the agenda, you still
as per
have 6 minutes for the table topics.
okay. So, wow. I never saw the colors come up. So I'm sorry about that. So do you want me to move on to table topics?
Yeah, I think in the interest of time, Leesa, it might be good to move on, I guess.
Okay, so why don't we go on to the question, how would you define love in your own words? And who hasn't talked enough that would like to take that question? I'm gonna call on somebody.
Tanika has raised her hand, please.
Okay, perfect. Kanika, would you like to answer that question?
Yeah.
Okay, so how about
May I
the
know,
timer? The timer is going to give you 2 minutes. At 1 minute, you're going to see green. At a minute and a half, you're going to see yellow, and then you'll see red at 2 minutes. So you
am
want
I
to speak
correct?
for at least a minute when it goes to green.
Okay. So, Leesa, I just want to ask that, am I correct what I heard that what do I consider love? This one was the question,
How
right?
would you define love in your own words? Thank you
How
for
would I
clarifying.
define
That's good.
love? How would I define love in my own words?
Yes.
So, thank you, Leesa, for this question. And love is something what we want someone to love in that sense. Um, to be honest, I was in no sort of relationship with anyone, but I'm a true lover of my mother. And what I consider love is what you feel like, what you want that love to be is love. You yourself don't know that what is love, but you want that person to love in sense that you want. Or let's suppose you love a, a particular X thing. So you love its characteristics, its features, its ability so that it can help you in your future needs. So it may be your infatuation, it may be your sort of good feelings for that, but you can't define love actually because it has many forms. It can transform to other forms also. It's like a form of energy which you transfer from your sort of point to other. It's a source of connection between you and the other thing. So it's like a puzzle. Love word, according to me, is a puzzle which cannot be defined, but it can only be felt. And so far, according to me, love is something which is very nice. So thank you so much, Lisa. And I hope so I would have questioned according to your expectations. Thank you so much.
That was great. Thank you. I want to go and show you one other thing I prepared for you. And we're going to use it for a few table topics. So I'm going to share my screen again, and I'll show you what I did. Can you see my screen? It's a list.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So, Farunda, can you call on someone and then I'll explain what they need to do?
I will invite one of the guests. I can see guest Bharat Kumar. Would you like to participate?
I guess Deep Sharma is raising his hand.
Oh, sorry,
So
Deep Sharma. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead, Deep.
Okay, so there's 3 lists of 20 words each. The first list is just words that have to do with stories about love. The next list, the first list is more adjectives. The second list is more objects. And the third list is more actions. So you can pick one from column A, one from column B, and one from column C. It's like a Chinese restaurant in the United States. That's how we order combination dinners. And please pick one from each column and then tell us a story about love. And remember that a story has an opening, a body, and a conclusion, and that the conclusion should have some kind of a takeaway.
Am I audible?
Yeah, but I can't see you, so they're gonna spotlight you.
Okay, I was doing my morning ritual yoga, and but I thought of joining because it's a Sattvic TED talk. So let me just once again. Yeah. Am I visible, guys?
I don't see you. No.
Yes,
Yes,
you are now.
you are.
Great. So I'll choose the first word is affection from the first column, and second is perfume from the second column, and third is mm, 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 creating creating a photo collage of cherished moments. Okay. So the task is just want to clarify, Lisa. Task is to create a story on these 3 words, right?
Yes.
On the topic love. Okay. So to me, the love is to yearn for something or to connect with something that help me connect with myself more. So if I love something, I in a way directly or indirectly, I think that I am trying to connect with myself because I see something which is in the other thing and which I want into myself. Maybe it might be a beauty, it might be some materialistic thing, or something can be whatever it can be there, but it helps me feel fulfilled and complete. Okay. So I think it can be so it can be any real story, random story, or I can just make it anything.
Yes.
Okay. So I think love starts with affection. We start connect with something. We start loving something. Uh, anybody wants to add something here?
Keep going, Deep.
Okay. So it starts with affection to something. We start liking something, and maybe it's your first love, or maybe it's your better half or something, or someone, and then you start to feel complimented and complete with the person, and uh, uh, then I think over a period of time it's like a perfume. Love is like a perfume. It brings back the good moments, the memories, and take you to the instances where you would like to be or where you were in the past. So the best thing about the perfume is it connects with your past, it connects with you with the moments, and it takes you to somewhere where you with the smell you can trespass the and move beyond the time. So I think love has that power, and I think that eventually what we are doing, what we are achieving is a collage of images that we want to see at the end of our life, which are the best moments which we live, because every life has good things and bad things, but eventually we are just going to remember the best part of it. So it's all about loving something, creating good memory which can take you anywhere, and then looking back, you can see those moments as a collage of images, and you feel that you have done something great in your life. So I think that is something which love can help you achieve, and it just help you connect with yourself and make you complete. That's it, Lisa. Thank you.
You're such a romantic, Deep. I loved your answer. That's great. I hope that you find what you're looking for. So can we have another volunteer? Brenda, can you see them? Because I'm not able to see everybody.
Yeah, I don't see anyone as of now.
Vidya, we
So
haven't
I
heard.
can,
Would you like or
I,
Ara or Vamsi or Bara Kumar? We need another volunteer. I'm going to pick on somebody. Noor, would you like a question?
I think Prateek has raised his hand, Leesa. Let's give a chance to Prateek. We have Akib, we have Vamsi, Bharat. So we'll pull one. And I think Akib can speak next after Prateek.
Okay. So Pratik, do you understand how to do it?
Yeah, yeah. So I need to use all these three columns.
Well, just
Basically,
one from each column
yes, one from each column, right?
to make a story about love.
Yes. Okay. So love for me, what I understood over a period of time is uh, unconditional, right? Uh, what a speaker before me speaks, definitely, it is when you connect with something or somebody, uh, it is love and it is unconditional. Whether that person is loving you or not, that's hardly matters. If you like that person, if you like that thing, you fall in love with that. And no doubts, when you fall in love and when it is unconditional, you are passionate about it and you do whatever you can do for that thing or that person uh, without thinking that what you will get in return. So sometimes, as Valentine's Day is coming up, you will express your love. You will try to express your love by giving roses or maybe something which that other person likes, so that he or she will be in connect with you over a period of time. Or uh, if that person is also uh, you know in love with you, definitely you would like to hold hands with him or her and go for somewhere what you both like. So overall, I will say that love is unconditional. It can be from one side, and you can do anything what you can do your best for that thing, and it comes from within. That's all from my side. Thank you.
That was great, Pratik. Thank you. And JK, you've got your hand up, and Ashish has his hand up.
Okay, so according to me, love at different phase of the life is different. Love start from the birth only. When the child birth is there, he or she start loving mother, parents, family members, the whoever he cares, whoever cares, he gets love, according to me. So as the life phases changes, means as he grows up, then he get a companion. Maybe in 20 years he get a companion, and then the face of the love is different. Then he's looking as a companion. Then he thinks who can be his partner for life. Then the love, the face is different. And at the end, when he's getting mature, 50, 60 years, then at the end of the love is the way of exchanging, the meaningful, the way of expressing is different. So at each phase of the life, the meaning of the love, the way of expression, uh, and the performance and sending flowers, all this uh, changes from one phase to another phase. Yeah, this is my okay. Thank you.
Thank you, JK. That was ineffable. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I love the flowers. So
Yeah.
thank you for
Thank
sending.
you.
And Ashish, did you want to turn, or we should give to Akib?
Yep, let's give guests a time try.
And that will be our last one, unfortunately, because we've got to close the meeting soon.
Okay. So I need to use one from each column, right?
Yes, please. to tell a story about love.
Tell a story about love. Love, of course, one of our guests said that it is unconditional, and I believe in it. But I also think, why is love needed? First of all, why is a person need to fall in love? Is there really a need? Can't you survive without love? And I've had few good friends who have been bachelor all their life, and I was trying to understand whether they fell in love or not, and they had some painful stories, and all those pain has come through love. So that made me realize that, of course, it is needed, and people who have been alone, lived alone, are also result of the similar love. So this is important, and it is needed to survive the life and make this life little more beautiful, make our life on this earth more pleasant. That's the reason we have love. And now the way to express is a little different for different people. Like, you love food, so keep eating. You love places, so keep visiting. You love flowers, uh, then you water it. Don't pluck it. When you pluck it, it's liking, not loving. But when it comes to loving somebody, how do you express those? I think it's very difficult to define. You can't define. Everybody has their own ways, and the way they are aligned and the way they do stuff is more difficult. And one of the main example and very prominent example which I see these days is Virat Kohli and Anushka Sharma. These guys are on the field and expressing their love, and people watch them, and they're getting successful together. And you would have seen the differences which has come in the life of both, like the actor and the player. One has started becoming more religious, and one is also focusing on her movie. So it brings a lot of changes. So they have a lot of affection amongst them. They celebrate moments. I don't know how, but yeah, roses, chocolates, anything. But dancing to a favorite love song, yes, I've seen both of them doing it. So people will have their own ways, and the best example which I have is Virat and Anushka. But I also recognize through the beginning that it is needed, it is important. So yeah.
So I agree with you. I think that love is very needed, and it's important. And thank you for your story. I appreciate it. So back to you, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you so much for the timing, for being able to tell about impromptu speaking and being able to help all of you to have lots of experience with it. And I wish you well in the continuation of your table topics. I will be doing a 3-week table topics master training starting on February 22nd with District 57, and I will send you the flyer as soon as we have it. Thank you.
Thank you, DTM Leesa, for such a wonderful keynote as well as the table topics. Wow, there's love in the air, isn't it? Okay, so let me move on to the new role, that is table topic evaluation. Now let's go call upon DTM Noor Mohammed for the table topic evaluators report.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters and guests. What a wonderful session we had today. So I'm here to present my observations to you on how you did your table topics and how you could improve, right? A few suggestions. Number one, now, when you're giving an elevator pitch, the most important thing is the time constraint, right? So A couple of you have given elevator pitches during the meeting. It's important to first make an impression. He or she who is standing with you in the elevator goes usually quite fast. You have 30 seconds to, let's say, maximum 1 minute to make that impression on that person. How do you make an impression? It's very important for you to be honest and authentic. First, introduce yourself. I am so and so. I work I work in systems engineering, or I work in research and development, and I am here. I'm so amazed at whatever you did, right? Very honestly and very authentically. And instead of saying, there was something missing in your presentation, never focus on what was missing in that presentation or whatever it is. You say always in a positive tone. That is, you say like, I would really love to contribute to the vision of what you have. Do you want to know about it a little bit? And I have an excellent idea, which the Fortune 500 companies are just implemented very recently. We can leverage AI for that matter. Something which evokes curiosity. All right. So number one, make an impression. Introduce yourself first. Make an impression. Be authentic and honest when you're praising someone. All right. Generate curiosity and offer something. Do you want to meet up for lunch tomorrow to discuss about this thing? We can have a small 10 minutes meeting at our cafeteria. So would that work out for you? Right? That's the hook you have to throw, right? If the fish gets caught in your hook, it's great. If it doesn't get caught in your hook, you throw another hook. All right? You give another option because these people are busy. They're not going to respond to you. They're going to say, uh-huh, okay, uh-huh, okay, right? They're not going to talk to you much, right? So it's up to you to make them say yes, right? So their convenience is very important. And they always see people who respect them. Respect is an integral part of your pitch. So make an impression, be honest and authentic, and evoke curiosity, offer something at their convenience, and be respectful. If you can do this, you are going to get that elevator pitch, in a very crafty way. And with practice only this thing comes, right? But it's very easy to dissect something, but it's very hard when you get into the elevator, the ideas won't come. But if you practice a lot in the Toastmaster meetings, you would be able to, have a good elevator pitch when your boss is in the elevator. Now, coming to Kanika, now there were several different ways in which you can approach a topic, right? The first thing what you have to remember is that first idea, little idea. Like, for example, Kanika had this idea that love can be anything what you want it to be. All right. And then that idea evolved into something. First, it was very confusing at me, right? So when you are given a table topic, it's not easy to form ideas in a very structured way, right? So you get that very first idea whenever you hear something, a small thing strikes up, love. So what does, if I say one word, what comes into your mind when you hear the word love? All right, mother, or flowers, or a place, or a lover which whom you had, right? So something, or sadness, or some people get alcohol for that matter. It's a very painful situation for them. So take one idea, all right, and start building around that one thought, right? First, state your opinion. Whether do you agree for that topic or you don't agree with that topic, or whether what love is or what not love is. What do you think love is? Love is, let's say, sacrifice, or love is feeling elated. Love is painful. Love is being in a state of feeling wherein you feel connected to the other person, whatever it might be, right? So build on that idea, all right? So state something which you agree with it or don't agree with it, and then give a personal example, right? How do you give a personal example in your life? When did you love someone, right? So Kanika did a fantastic job today, and she said that, love is something that I want someone to be like. So she has a concept of love, like it can be what she wants it to be, right? She can't define it because it's always in a state of flux. It's a kind of a connection. It's kind of a puzzle which cannot be defined, and it's felt and it's very nice. All right, that was her idea, and she built something around it. Now, to make any table topics exciting, the first thing is use your vocal variety. All right. Now, why people don't use it? Because they fear judgment of others. Right. When you want to talk, you are always worried what others will think of me. They will think that I cannot even speak. Right. I have goofed up so many times that you might not understand the level of my goof ups. I went onto the stage, froze there for 45 seconds, didn't speak. I spoke so incoherently that people did not understand the head or tail of things, right? That was my first speech. And I was 33 years old. And I had excellent conversations with business people one to one. But when I went on stage, I froze. I didn't know what to say, right? So it's important that you do not get affected by the people who are in front of you, right? A little bit of nervousness is okay, but don't feel judged, right? If you let go of that feeling, because we are all growing, right? There are great speakers who have made terrible mistakes. So you are also one of them. So don't be afraid to make mistakes, all right? So that's one thing which will stop you from expressing yourself. Like uh, Toastmaster JK, he got comfortable, right? First, he was very nervous with the elevator pitch. He didn't know how to respond to what Sudhir was asking him. But as soon as he got the topic of love, he got, he had this idea that love is changing always. He has a central core idea that love is different in different phases of life. And he built an example. He built a topic around that idea. So very important, you have a thought, you build around that idea, and then you express your thought. What do you feel about? No one is going to now tell, okay, Shahid, you really gave a bad table topic. Now, come on, you're going to do 10 sit-ups. What is going to say? Right? So uh, just express yourself honestly. Whatever you feel, right? Then with time, you will build structure. You will build examples. You will build effective techniques of how to communicate. All right. But first is to get started. Some of you have already started. Some of you, I can see structure in your tabletop. I can see examples like Akib. He gave he had a structure to his speech, right? Ashish also speaks with good structure. Vrinda speaks with structure, right? Leesa speaks with structure, examples, and very effective way she can communicate her thought, right? So it is very important. There are two things which are very important tabletop. Number one is your opening. Number two is your conclusion. When you're concluding, summarize your thought. What is the whole idea behind what you're trying to communicate? All right. Take 30 seconds before the time ends to summarize. Right. I think that is a puzzle. It's a connection which cannot be defined. And I feel very nice when I am in love. That's how I conclude for Kanika. For Deep Sharma, it's like love starts with affection and then it goes into a nostalgic state when you feel that connection of moments in life. It helps you connect with yourself. So that would be the conclusion. For Pratik, it's like it's very unconditional. It's passionate. Expression of this love can come by holding hands and giving roses. For JK, it's different phases of life. For Akib, it can be, he made a contrast between flower plucking is liking, but allowing the flower to bloom is love, right? So it's a transformation. So, my dear friends, all of you have done the best what you could do today. All right. Never ever think that you did bad, right? You think that you did the best what you could do today and focus on the points for improvement. All right. If you don't focus on points for improvement and if you feel good about what you did, then there is no growth, right? So please do consider what Leesa has said today. She has given two techniques of how to give an elevator pitch and how to point, respond, example, and then point. That is nothing but conclusion, right? With that, I hand over back the stage to our Toastmaster of the day. Back to you, sir.
Wow, what a detailed report it was, wasn't it? Thank you, DTM Noor, for such an insightful table topic report. Wow. So let's move on to the next segment, that is the tag team report. So now I would like to call upon timer for the day, that is Toastmaster Sudhir.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Let me go through the timings for the table topics. Kanika have taken 2 minutes 18 seconds. Deep Sharma has taken 2 minutes 30 seconds. Sattvic has taken 1 minute 34 seconds. JK Arora has taken 1 minute 16 seconds. Akip has taken 2 minutes 10 seconds. This was the report, timing report from my side. Back to you, Team Hodi.
Thank you, Sudhir, but I didn't understand where was my report. What about my timings? Doesn't it count? No? Okay.
You already
No, you're steering the meeting, so you have that concession, Arav.
I know. I was just kidding. Okay. So now let's move on to the R counter report. Toastmaster JK Arora, can you please come up on the stage?
Okay, good morning, good afternoon. So today the guest Kanika, he's taken 8 to 10 times the same repetitive words. Then in elevation speech, I've also taken about too many pauses because I was thinking. So and then in the guest Deep Sharma has taken 8 to 10 pauses. He has mentioned and so 15 times. And then in table topic, some of the pauses are there. Yeah, this is a brief report. Thank you.
Thank you, JK Arora, for the report. Now let me call upon the president and the grammarian for today, Toastmaster Vrunda, for her report.
Thank you, Arav. So today was the day when we spoke the language of love. I have a list of definitions and wonderful language for love that I've gathered. And for all people, especially younger ones like Kanika, Arav, you could add it to your vocabulary. So I'm going to begin with some good usage. So the good usage of the word love, or the word or the language is love is something that makes you complete. Love is different in different phases of life. Express yourself. Love is a puzzle. Love starts with affection. And some other good words: allow the flower to bloom, nostalgic state, and unconditional love. Uh, to talk about the usage of the word of the day, that was ineffable. Lot of people, beginning from DTM, Leesa, Arav, Noor, Sudhir, Shahid, Ashish. So it was wonderful to see the lovely usage of the word of the day and the idiom of the day. Unfortunately, I couldn't find too many poor usage of the language. English is not the first language for many of us, so there are some minor areas where we could improve, but I didn't note down. I was so lost in the language of love that I missed to note any errors, like glaring errors of the misuse of the language. So that was my grammarian report. And with that, let me hand it over back to Arav as the Toastmaster of the day.
Well, at least someone took my name. Okay. And please give that list to me. I might use it on someone in this college. Okay. Let me move on to my closing remarks. Or is that someone? Okay. Now it's closing remarks time. So, yes, as we conclude our meeting on this special week leading up to Valentine's Day, where every day has its significance, let's not forget that today is Promise Day. Okay. Now, I won't promise to keep this short, but I will promise that our time together has been filled with learning, laughter, and perhaps a few unexpected twists. Thank you for embracing the spirit of connection, whether it's through sharing your thoughts on impromptu topics or joining in the celebration of Promise Day. Today, we have not only explored the art of impromptu speaking, but also made promises to ourselves, promises to continue growing, learning, connecting with others, and also coming out of our comfort zones. Okay, remember the skills we have honed today? Go beyond the meeting room. They are promises to ourselves that will approach every conversation with confidence and authenticity. As we disperse from this virtual or physical space, let's carry with us the promises we've made today and understanding that communication is the key to building and meaningful connections. Let me hand over the stage to the president for her closing address. President Toastmaster Runda, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arav. That was wonderful. And I would like to thank all our role players, all guest Toastmasters and visiting Toastmasters, and especially our DTM Leesa for her wonderful, ineffable education session on table topics, DTM Noor for that deep evaluation and wisdom that he shared. Lot of takeaways that I have noted. Introduce yourself when you're meeting someone, especially someone who's much senior to you, because I forget introducing myself. Make an interaction that's interesting, generate curiosity. Don't rush to give up your idea. Generate that curiosity and offer something that you could do for them. So that's the hook. Remember that. And as Toastmaster Arav said, make that promise to take it from this virtual world to the real world, maybe in an office situation, or maybe like Arav says, in his love situation in his school. So, whatever that situation could be, but make sure to pass on the love, pass on the message, and spread curiosity and interest. We do have some guests in the room, so I'm going to invite all our guests to unmute and introduce themselves. That's usually what we do in every meeting. And let me begin with our guest, Deep Sharma. If you would like to introduce yourself, tell us how you got to know about us. Are you a Toastmaster? Where are you joining from? Over to you, Deep.
Hello everyone. So I was in this group, Toastmaster Hyderabad group. So once upon a time, long back, I asked somebody and got added to this group. And I was always thinking I should join some meetings, but I don't know why I was avoiding. So today morning I saw this message. I tried joining, I could not join. Then I came back from my running and all. I just tried again and it happened. And then I got the topic. So I'm feeling so good now. And I'm from Hyderabad, working as a product manager here in a company. Basically, I'm from Delhi, and I'm not a Toastmaster. I just like to join, but but I can say I'm lazy guy that way, but I would try to keep joining in the future. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you, everyone.
Welcome, Deep. Good that you joined us and keep visiting. We would love to have you. We meet all Sundays at 7 o'clock Indian time in the morning.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Definitely.
We have guest Aqib. Aqib, would you like to introduce yourself, please? Aqib, are you there?
Hey, yes, yeah. I am from a club called Coastline Toastmasters Club, based out of Visakhapatnam, and I currently live in Bangalore, working in supply chain consulting. Been here multiple times in this club as well, but yeah, I try to join as much as I can, and whenever I see the meeting invites through WhatsApp groups. That's about me.
That's great, Aqib. Keep visiting, and we would love to have you with us. We have guest Bharat Kumar. Bharat Kumar, would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, hi. Hi everyone. This is Bharat. I work as a project manager in HCL Technologies. I've been associated with Toastmaster for quite some time, but I got a break. And again, I just wanted to reassociate. But I just wanted to understand, like, is this be always virtual or is it going to be in person as well?
Sattvic is a virtual platform because we are based across the globe. I'm based in Canada. There is Noor, DTM Noor, who's from Kuwait, DTM Leesa, who's a visiting permanent Toastmaster, who is from US. So we are based from different geographies. So we are virtual.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's fine. I mean, yeah, anything is, there will be definitely a learning takeaways and all, because I have seen like a lot of speakers have been able to articulate well with I mean, in a short time, and they are able to pick the words and able to build a story with their own experience and all. It's definitely a learning platform, I would say.
Yes, thank you. And we welcome you to keep visiting us. We are looking for new members also to join us and to talk more about memberships. We have a VP membership, Toastmaster Ashish, who wanted to say something. So over to you, Ashish.
Thank you, President TM Vrinda. Love is ineffable. And I really love our club because, as you saw, we got to learn so much. Everybody of us are burning the midnight oil so that we can all improve. So that's the beauty of our club. We want to have good communicators and healthy living style. With that, our club membership is open, and I saw guests participating. We would love you people to come forward, join us, and improve in this journey. So please connect with me if you are interested, and we can take it from there. Thank you. I'll post my number and email ID in the chat. Back to you, President.
Thank you, Ashish. That was wonderful. And as I said, we all love people. We love people to join us, participate in the discussions. We all are here to learn and foster each other in this collective learning journey. So that's the ethos of this club. And with that said, I would conclude the meeting today. Thank you, everybody, and I look forward for you to joining us next week again. Next week, we are going to have a speakathon, which is a speech marathon, and we will have a details posted on our guest as well.